Welcome back to the Live Your Yes Life podcast. My name is Lisa Limata. I will be your host for today. So today we're going to talk about your 8/8 Lionsgate activation and understanding the meaning of this 8/8 portal and how to use it to create what you are ready to receive. So I am out at the lake. I'm recording today from my RV, so you may hear a little background noise and the audio quality may not be quite what it's used to, but this is a really important episode and I wanted to make sure I get it out to you in real time. So the Lionsgate portal is open right now, and I like to think of this as your invitation to really tune in to your higher self, to strengthen your intuitive receiving, and to connect at a deeper level with a sense of peaceful power that is within you. And we can really utilize the energy of this time to reconnect to that. So I'm going to walk you through what this portal actually is. We're going to talk about how the number 8 opens us up to divine abundance and authority, and why your brain is literally wired to receive spiritual insight. And then because we're also in this 9 universal year, according to numerology, this is a year of completion and release. I want you to pay attention as we go through this today to what is naturally falling away, what cycles are coming to completion in your life. So we're going to go deep on what are you actually being asked to let go of right now? What is ending energetically or emotionally, even if it's not quite finished yet? This portal is what's going to set new beginnings into motion, right? So I want you to think about when something ends, we naturally have a new beginning that happens. And this portal is part of really getting these new beginnings into motion. You're going to start to notice what things might be opening up for you. What are the seeds you're planting right now? Because these seeds are what you're going to see sprouting and taking root next year in 2026, which is a 1 universal year, and it's going to be a time of new beginnings. We're starting a brand new 9-year cycle next year. But what happens is we're in the in-between energy as we come to a close with the 9 and starting the 1. You'll kind of feel these themes weave back and forth. Okay, so let's dive in. I want to first just talk about what the Lionsgate portal actually is, because I think sometimes people hear these terms and they are like, okay, well, what is this? I don't really understand. And so I just want to just make this really simple. The Lionsgate peaks every year on August 8th. This is when the sun in Leo aligns with the star Sirius, Orion's belt, and the Earth. Okay, so we know that just as our physical sun illuminates the external world that we live in, the star Sirius is considered our spiritual sun, and it illuminates our spiritual life, our inner truth. And so this is a time when many people say the veil feels thinner, your intuition is heightened, and your spiritual guidance comes in more clearly. But this isn't just energetic. I want to share some fun advances in science. So I was just recently listening to Dr. Lisa Miller, and she was talking about how this new research is now starting to show that, where science once believed our brains were really just, we were generating thoughts with our brains, they were for thinking. It's now showing that we are biologically wired to receive spiritual guidance. It's like science is catching up to what the mystics knew all along. And we can actually strengthen this network in our brains through stillness, through noticing the signs and synchronicities around us, and connecting intentionally deeper to our intuition. It's going to really help us access deeper levels of clarity, courage, a deeper sense of purpose. And so I just think this time right now, this 8/8 portal, for those of us who are really interested in expansion and having this deeper blending of who we are as humans with our spiritual life and expanding our power, this is a really potent time. So let's talk for a little bit about the power of the number 8, and particularly this 8/8 portal. 8 is the number of abundance, authority, alignment, infinite potential. It's the number of the CEO. We often think about wealth creation, money, abundance when we talk about the number 8. And so when we're in this double 8 energy, it amplifies the vibration. And incidentally, this year, August is also an 8 universal month. So it really is like a triple eight energy. So we're really experiencing themes around this, right? So when I say it amplifies the vibration, what we actually, on a practical level, are all of us on some level are moving through themes in our lives relating to the energy of the number eight. And so we can be really noticing that this is a time of abundance. And if we want it to be, we have to set our intention. We have to participate in the creation of this being a very abundant time. But I also want to share that when we're in this massive energy of the eight, we can experience different, depending on where we're at in our lives, we can experience this differently. So we can experience like the overfunction of the number eight, where it feels like we're pushing, we're hustling, we're trying to force something to happen. And we could also be experiencing themes around the underfunction of the eight, where we're actually not feeling tapped into our power. We're feeling insecure. We're outsourcing our power to something external from us. So it's important that you notice how you're experiencing this right now. There's no right or wrong. This is an opportunity and this is an invitation to really connect back to what you want to create around these themes of abundance, authority, infinite potential, power, money, and to really think about what themes are taking place for you, particularly right now, around visibility, leadership, relationships, confidence. So as I'm speaking, just notice what have you noticed what's been coming up in your life, and even, in, like I said, relationships, the people around you. So when we really tap into our power, power is meant to be peaceful in a sense. Think of when I say the word power or someone tapped into their power, what comes to mind? Like, what do you envision when you think of someone who is powerful? Is it like an image of what the media portrays as powerful? Somebody who's, I don't know, driving a sports car and super loud and big? Or do you have a different image of what power is? Because true power is really a sense of grounded presence. It is a clarity. It is being tapped into this deeper spiritual connection where our brain is literally receiving guidance. It's like our brains are not just wired for thinking, but for receiving, as we were saying before. And when we are walking through life this way, there is a sense of being so tapped into our individual power, but it is not a forceful power. It is very much being grounded in your inner knowing, being grounded in the truth of who you are, and no longer feeling this need to look outside of yourself for that validation, for that enoughness, but knowing that it's coming from within. And this is the energy that we have the opportunity to really ground into in this 8-8 portal. So we really move from asking the question like, oh, is this good enough? To grounding into the knowing that this is my truth, this is true for me, and that is always enough. Or we move from this energy of like, am I, do I have permission? Am I allowed to do this? Am I allowed to say this? When we're tapped into this peaceful power, we just know like, oh, this is who I am. This is who I am in the world. And I speak this way and I move this way and it feels good for me. So I want you to just notice this sense of peaceful power and what it feels like in your body. Have there been times for you when you just felt like you moved through life in this way? Maybe that time is right now and you're noticing this deeper sense of it happening for you right now. I want you to notice, where do you already know exactly what to do, but you haven't been listening, or you've been just kind of drowning it out? Has there been a place in your life where you know that you know, but maybe it's an inconvenient truth, or maybe trusting your knowing means you'll disappoint someone else? Or what becomes possible when you no longer are looking for that external validation, but you're just so grounded in your own truth? So this is the energy that we are really paying attention to here, and that this invitation as we go into this 8-8 portal, which really begins to open up in the end of July and expands into 8/8 is considered the most potent day. And it is said it closes around 8/12, around the 12th of August. So we're in this space for quite a while. If you're listening to this later, I really want you to still pay attention to the themes and the energy of the 8. So this really isn't about trying to manifest harder. This is really about receiving what's already coming through. When we tap into this energy and this power, we realize, oh, we're already connected. We just need to open up and start to listen to that connection. So strengthen your spiritual receiving muscle by tuning into how guidance is already showing up for you. So this could look like a dream. Maybe you've been recently having some really intense dreams. We can learn a lot from the dreams that are showing up in our lives. We can journal about them. We can think about how this might make sense in our life. I actually really like Chat GPT. When I have some wild dreams, I will sometimes go and ask, like, what does this mean? And it's really pretty good about explaining dreams. So you could use that as a tool as well. We are always receiving, okay? And what I'm inviting you to do is just to pay attention to what you're receiving right now. If you're listening to this podcast, you are listening for a reason. You are 100% here for a reason. And so, what has been coming up for you? Has there been a line from a song that really caught your attention and almost felt like it was a message? Have you had just a gut feeling, a gut knowing recently about something or someone or a move you're meant to make? Maybe you've been noticing angel numbers popping up for you. Maybe you've just had a nudge or a sense of, reaching out to someone or taking a specific action. So all of this is not random. It's not coincidence. It is actually evidence that you are in connection with your higher self, with your higher guidance. And I want you to imagine life if you were just to simply go through every single day, trusting the guidance that's already there. So you don't need to necessarily become someone who meditates for 2 hours a day in order to receive. Now, I think that's a great practice. If you want to do that, that's amazing. That will really open up your third eye and completely change your life. However, I really like to keep this podcast practical. I know that for most of us, we're living really busy lives and we're navigating a lot of things. And that guidance is always speaking to you. You can sharpen that muscle by tuning into your intuition, by having a stillness practice, by meditating. That all helps. And you're still receiving even if you're not doing those things. When you're driving, when you are in a conversation with someone, like there are so many ways that your higher self is guiding you. So this 8/8 portal is an activation for you to tune in to what is already here. And if you can make space to have even more stillness to really ground into that, that will really open up for you. So your job is to notice. That's how you can really step into this activation, is notice what is already here. What is it, particularly in a 9-year, right? We talked about there's going to be cycles that are ending. There are going to be patterns or relationships that are coming to completion. And, maybe sometimes we feel like we'd rather avoid that or we want to hang on to something. But these themes, this is a natural cycle and a natural part of life. And so even if you're moving through a really difficult time right now, if you're experiencing health challenges or challenges with money or challenges with your career, this is all higher guidance. And there's a relaxing that happens when we can lean into the surrender and the trust that, oh, what if this is actually higher guidance pointing me in a direction that I am meant to go? What would happen if I trusted the guidance I know I'm receiving? And so it allows us to have a different perspective when it comes to these cycles that are coming to a close so that you can step into this new beginning energy. So notice, be really present in your life, whether it's a struggle, whether it's something exciting that's coming in. I'm going to leave you with 3 journal prompts that I'll drop these in the show notes for you, that will really open you up in a beautiful way to creating your own activation during this Lionsgate portal. And so the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is to use these 3 prompts to write a personal soul declaration for this next season, for this new beginning that the Lionsgate is ushering in for you. So the first question that I want you to answer is, what truth or message has been gently nudging me? Whether this be through your dreams, your body, synchronicities opening up, what truth or message has been gently nudging me that I'm finally ready to hear and honor? It's a big question, and you might be surprised to see how much guidance has actually been coming in when you slow down and notice. So take some time, journal this out, create some stillness, and you're going to start to see what's already here. Okay, so question number 2. What am I being invited to receive more fully? Whether it's an invitation to receive more abundance and money, maybe it's to receive more rest, more clarity, more love, or something else entirely. Where are you noticing an invitation to receive more fully in your life? What are you ready to receive in this next chapter? And then question number 3, if my soul or my higher self wrote a declaration for this next season of my life, what would it say about who I am becoming and what I'm here to claim? Okay, so take some time, create a declaration for yourself, create your own activation here, and watch and see what changes, what happens in your life from this moment forward as you ground into this peaceful power. So I just want to remind you, your power does not come from proving, it doesn't come from pushing. It really comes when you are grounded into your presence, into your higher guidance, into receiving and accepting and trusting that guidance that's already here. So tune in, notice what is coming through for you. If you want a daily way to reconnect with this frequency, if you're really looking for an opportunity to deepen into that 2-way communication with your higher guidance, I do have a free download for you. It is our Yes Life Daily Wealth Ritual. It also helps to rewire any money blocks you could be having. It's a short, powerful practice you can add to your morning, or you can use this as your morning routine, or you can really do it any time of day. And you can just click the link below. It's totally free, and receive that download. And if you're ready for deeper support, depending on where you are on your journey, in your life, in your business, you can also book a free Yes Life activation call with one of the coaches on our team. It's a complimentary call. It is a coaching call, and the intention is to help you gain insight into the next steps for you to identify what's in the way, what's ready to shift. And if you're curious about how you can work with us or wanting more information, if there's something that's a fit, then that will be shared with you on that call. Or a different resource. We have many resources that we can offer you to help you move into the next level. So we open up a few of those every single month. If you want to take it, you can click the link below there as well. And just know that we are here for you. We're here for you on the journey. I'd love to hear how this episode lands for you. I'd love to hear how you've been tuning in and the messages you're receiving are coming through, and what it feels like to just realize how much guidance is actually all around you already. So please keep saying yes to yourself, creating your yes life, and I will see you soon in a future episode of the Live Your Yes Life podcast. I hope you have an amazing August 8th portal.